Can new dentists in debt afford to buy a dental practice? It's Paul, Dr. Nacho. I'm here on Talking Nachos with two of our awesome sponsors who are going to help share how we can put dentists on the path to practice ownership, even though they have a lot of debt, even though they are new to this profession. There are amazing opportunities out here. But before I start with that, would you two share with us who you are and what you do to help dentists?
Thanks for having us on, Paul. So it's Kyle and I. We are part of Kuza Wealth. It's our firm. Kyle and I have over 20 years of financial planning experience, and about 80% of our clients are in the dental field, practice owners, associates getting into practice ownership, etc. And we do financial planning. I hate to say from A to Z, but financial planning is a really big topic, so it does cover from A to Z. But that's a little bit about us. Kyle, if you want to add anything.
Yeah, I would just say that Steven, usually we like to call ourselves G1 and G2. So generation one is Steven. Steven loves working with the dentists who are going to be owning their own practices, exiting and selling, moving into retirement. I work more so with the younger guys. We'll call them the G2, the newer dentists that are graduating, starting off, have a bunch of student loans, looking to own practices. So we have a cool separation that allows us to encompass the entire dental field and workplace. And
Awesome.
thank
Because
you, Dr. Paul, for having us.
we get zero, my pleasure. We get zero training on this during dental school. If you want to talk inside of your dentist, you might have seen it on the group. You can say, I know dental school taught you to memorize the Krebs cycle, but that has helped you zero times, right? So we had to memorize all types of useless information, and they left out so many important things like how money works in our dentisting lives. I know you help with that. But there is a feeling out there, sometimes it's by older dentists who say, these new dentists can never buy my practice, right? They have too much debt. They can never buy a dental practice. And then you have newer dentists be like, can I ever afford to buy a dental practice even though I have debt? Kind of share with us some insight and positivity on how you guys can help dentists make that happen.
Certainly. It's an opportunity, and we always tell clients, we always go back to, and I think Dr. Paul, you do this as well. Go back to your vision. What does that look like? Is this something you really want to do? And when you get to vision, then we start to get some clarity. And in our angle, when we understand their vision, if they have debt, there's confusion around their finances, it's less likely they're going to pursue that opportunity to buy a practice for a really long time. So starts with vision, and there's not a situation where they have too much debt to buy a practice, because the practice a lot of times is self-sufficient to serve the debt they're going to add onto the student loan debt. So then it's about finding the right opportunity. But to take a step back from that, if you got to start with building a team.
Yeah.
And as you know, and doing that before you start looking for the practice, you don't want to go down. I found a practice, then you're hustling to search for a team. Kyle, any piece you want to add to that?
Yeah, I would just emphasize that for the younger dentists who think that they have a ton of debt, the reality is debt is meant to be leveraged. Sorry, Dave Ramsey. The idea is that if you're using your debt properly, it can create instrumental pieces of wealth. So as long as you're doing it properly and working with a team, actually, there's really no objection to owning practices, multiple, a million, even if you have 600,000 in student loans. So I would just say it's a myth.
I love what you shared. I want to pick up more on this team thing, right? Because sometimes dentists go out of order. And I have done many lectures on building, like I call it your transitions basketball team, right? Because I wanted to play basketball. So I talk about dental focused accountant, dental focused attorney, financial coach, financial planner, could be an insurance specialist, the bank. I even added that team, save $250 to take someone out, take the person you complained about it out to dinner. Usually it's your spouse or one of your friends at the end of it. But what role are you playing on the team? Our audience, when should they connect with you? What's it like to connect with you, right? No one teaches us what it means to work, what it means how we should work with financial planners. Say, get a financial coach, but break it down for us. Do people call you on the phone, fill out a landing page, do a Zoom with you? How can our group start working together with you guys?
Right. We take a lot of pride, especially with our background in dentistry, vetting out a lot of previous relationships. So vetting out the dentist-specific CPA, vetting out the dentist-specific real estate person or banker. So Kyle and I like to define it this way. We use another analogy. We like to define it as we're the architect, of your financial plan. We're going to give you this beautiful blueprint. You're buying a practice, both personally and professional, business owner wise. So we're the architect. We like to help you start to see it, but we're also the GC. And
Yeah.
we'll help you guys coordinate and hire these subcontractors, including in some cases financial advisors. We are one. We do insurance. We do investments. But sometimes, your brother-in-law is the insurance guy. I'm not going to
Yeah.
tell you to get rid of your brother-in-law. So we help coordinate the subcontracting relationships and help start to vet and build out the team for you, because we only have. It's really hard, Paul, as you know, to be an elite dentist and an elite business owner.
Yeah.
Those two things are very complicated. So we take that approach where, hey, we will step up and be that architect and GC, general contractor for you and your quarterback to coordinate your team.
I think that's great. I mean, it's you also, what I think is dentists don't realize is people who do what you do have a lot of context
Yeah.
to stories in the profession that dentists just don't know about, right? Stories of success, stories of stress, stories of broker problems, stories of amazing financial wealth built by dentists, and also mistakes that have left them in sometimes financial ruin, right? And
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that it's key that we get out of our own boxes and do that. I mean, can you guys think of, before we wrap up, can you think of any of your clients, not by name,
Sure.
that have gone on to some practice ownership success where they initially came to you and said, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if it's for me. And now they are like, I can't imagine not owning a practice. I think that's how it goes most of the time.
So I'll give you three quick examples really fast. So in the front end of it, people who are dentists will find a practice, get a loan, and then come to Kyle and I and say, guys, I need life insurance to get this loan complete. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's a 4 to 6 week process. So
Yeah.
we hustle to get their life insurance done. That's why it's good to kind of establish that pre-relationship before you start looking. So that's a really simple example of how if you're not paying attention to, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, looking for a practice. And then more stressful, I have a client, 45, woman dentist who's permanently disabled. And now, because of the insurance stuff that she's done in the past and the retirement planning she's done going forward, she actually can keep her practice. She's not forced to sell it. She can hire an
Oh, nice.
associate, and it's working out really well. It's very sad that she can't work as a dentist anymore, but it's not catastrophic to her
Yeah.
financial plan. And insurance helped there, and also her commitment to save money. And then the third example is on the student debt side. I had a client, Kyle and I have a client that decided, I'm going to go ahead and take the leap and buy this practice. They were inching along on student debt. Well, now the practice they're absolutely crushing it through coaching with you guys and coaching with
Awesome.
different teams. And we've accelerated their debt payments, and they've made their last debt payments previously this year. Instead of a 20-year plan, it turned into a 5-year plan because the practice was cash flowing so
Yeah.
well. And so that's kind of like 3 different life stages, Paul. I don't know if that gives you some
What I
insight.
think you've shared there, and you guys should share more of this on the group, is if you say to a dentist, is every treatment plan for your patients the same? They'll look at you like you have 3 heads, say, no,
Right.
everyone is customized to fit
Yes.
your needs. Well, it's the same for financial plans. So when a new dentist DMs me and says, should I just pay off all of my debt as fast as possible? I say, no. They say, should I wait and pay it off over time? Also, no. You should connect with someone who can make the customized treatment plan for you, and don't just do it based on feel. And I think that will really bond, dentistry bonding is a term we use, bond dentists and financial advisors together, because you're constantly making customized plans to fit the life goals of your client. And a 35-year-old on one end, Kyle, can look very different than a 35-year-old on the other end, right? You probably have 45-year-olds who want to retire and 45-year-olds that have another 20 years left, and both can be great lives for them.
Right.
Absolutely.
So you guys have shared so much. I appreciate you guys supporting us. People can reach out to us at dentalnachos.com. But if people want to reach out to you guys directly, how would they do that?
So we have a couple different opportunities. You could obviously through the Dental Nachos forum, you could reach out to us at kuzawealth.com, www.kuzawealth.com. Kyle, you want to give them some personal info as well, or just maybe direct to contact you? And
Yeah,
me?
I would just say out of the two of us, I'm fairly more active in the Facebook page, and I love when people reach out to me. So if you see me commenting or posting, I love dentists to send me a message, set up a meeting. We've had a couple who've reached out that just needed help with insurance work or some investment stuff. So please message me on there, and or You can always find our time trade booking link in some of the posts we've been tagged in, and you can book directly on our calendar from some of the Facebook posts.
Paul,
Awesome, guys.
one
Sure.
last thing. I'm so sorry. Just
That's okay.
I want to, if people are watching this, don't be embarrassed to reach out to us. There's no bad financial planning question. We're not judging you. We're truly here to be a resource. And financial planning is a big topic. It's confusing, especially with all the social media stuff now. Reach out to us. There's not a bad question you could ask.
I love that. I mean, you like Dennis when the patients say, "Are these the worst teeth I've ever seen?" I've seen it all. Don't be embarrassed. We're here to
Right.
help you. Same thing goes for you. Well, thanks so much for supporting us, guys. It means so much, and for sharing with us today.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Dr. Paul.